Page 22, Gyménopdie, or however you pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced several different ways. I don't speak French, so whatever it is, whatever that is, there's actually a few of these. I encourage you to go listen to them. They're gorgeous. The thing about Eric Satie, you can look him up too. It's an interesting read. It's a bit eccentric. His harmonies are a little different than you'd expect, especially in the 1800s when he lived. So you're not going to get straight harmonies like you'd get with a Beethoven or a Schubert. You're going to get some dissonance and things going on, and that'll be very apparent in here. It makes you want to double check your notes. Is that really right? Is that correct? Yeah, probably. 3/4 time, 2 sharps, we're in the key of D major. Make sure you can do the scale for D major. You should be doing it 2 octaves at least. And while you're at it, go ahead and do the scale for B minor. It also has 2 sharps. You can do it 2 octaves too. And while you're there, it wouldn't hurt to do the arpeggios. The D major arpeggios, 1 or 2 octaves depending on whether you know it or not. If you don't know it, 1 octave is good enough for now, but you need to learn it so you can go 2 octaves. And the B minor arpeggio also. But on the arpeggio, it's really the tremolo exercise that I'm after there. That's going to do more good than anything else. This is a fairly slow piece. Don't have a lot going on here. It's simple rhythm, quarter notes and so forth. But it has some harmony, some accidentals and things. And the left hand is moving around. You're from here to here. That first chord, how you finger that chord is up to you. I don't like my hand up in this area, so it's a B, a D, and an F sharp. Just spell out these chords you don't know what they are. But alrighty, that sounds weird, huh? That's just a D minor chord. And the next one, here, and then here. Did you get the idea? And the melody's on top. Kicker is, can you get your left hand back and forth where you need it accurately without messing up the beat? That's going to be the challenge, because you have to look down at the keyboard, look up the music, and really you get to where you just glance at the keyboard, because you know the layout by now, so you just glance at it, and you don't even have to be looking at the keyboard when you actually put your hand where it goes, because your mental memory will remember it. You'll have a picture in your head still, and you'll be able to go there. Hopefully you can. It works for me. I don't know. So it's here. And second line there. The right hand is a 1. I suggest you do a 1 and then substitute the 5th finger on it. So it's here. That way you're ready for 4th finger here. Now, rather than having the left hand jump, we're going to let the right hand help, because the notes are there and the right hand isn't doing too much. It's not too busy, right? So it's just... And now you can hold these notes down in the left hand. That's what we would like to do all along, but we can't because we have to move the left hand. And all the time you're doing these, hear that note. So keep these. You have to die away as this F sharp dies away, die away here. We want to hear that. And then go on. Top of page 23. The right hand's helping the chord, because the chord's here. But the right hand's going to play that note because it's there, so it's... But these notes have to be softer. We want to hear that E. Now C naturals. Watch this fingering here. It's 5, and I hold the E down. fourth finger here. This is the third line down, first measure, right hand. Here, fourth finger. So I get fifth finger more easily on that. Whether you use 4 or not, it doesn't matter, but you need fifth finger on that E, so whatever. It's a stretch to hit that, but do the best you can and hold it down. And then fifth finger. And again, we're letting the right hand help with the chord, because that's the chord. We're letting the right hand. So that note has to be the same loudness as that in the background. I don't like their fingering here. I'm going to do a 2-1, so it's the second measure of the fourth line down. Here I'm going to do a 2-1 because it's there. Fifth finger, and the last line down, second measure. They have a 1-2. It's play it with a thumb and then put second finger on it. That sounds weird because of the G, because you want it to be that, but no. And then the last is a D minor chord at the end because it's an F natural. So it's got some interesting harmonies going on. Fortunately, it's slow because your left hand's just going nuts trying to keep up. As far as the articulation goes, it's got slurring, otherwise it's all connected. So try and lift up between the slurs on the right hand if you can. Dynamic-wise, it goes to the melody. You're very soft. And you're going to go up to soft, right in there. So the left has to be super soft all the time. And then in the second line, you're coming down. This, I'm not sure. I need to go back and look at a Your Text edition on this, but they have the MF underneath this chord. This is the second line, second measure. But it's really the melody we want to hear. Everything else should be in the background. So this would be MF. My problem is you came down, you never really got loud. This piece never really gets loud. So I don't know about that MF. I can't tell you. I would keep that fairly soft. And softer. And that third line down, second measure, that pianissimo, to me, that goes to the melody. So this is, I mean, this should be even softer than that. You have a diminuendo there in the last line. You're going to start getting softer, but take the next 6 measures or so to get there. Take your time. So it's here, a little softer. Each measure's a little softer. And you go down to very soft. And then at the top of page 23, third measure, you're soft, and there's a crescendo there, which is the same thing as a hairpin. That's whatever. Softer. Crescendo again. It gets softer. A little louder. I don't know how much louder, a little louder. And then you dine away at the end, get softer. That's sort of the dynamics. Get into it and feel it. And you can listen to recordings on this. There's a number of recordings, but listen to several. Don't just listen to 1 or 2. Because they'll play it differently. You get different ideas. Obviously, we need pedal on this one. Because we need to connect things. We can't do it with our hands, and we want the overtones. We want lots of overtones on this. This is like a tone poem, so to speak. It's a play with the sounds and the harmonies. You just listen to a lot of sounds and harmonies as you do this. And so we want the overtones, so we need pedal, and it's going to be overlapping pedal. That's fine, pretty much what they've got. The notes go down first, and then the pedal, and then when I change the pedal, it's after I play the notes. And you're pretty much changing it, each measure, which happens to be with the harmony, is what we're doing. So at the beginning, it's here. And it will be a little smeary, but that's okay. It's part of the atmosphere of the piece. And you just pedal it that way all the way through, all the way to the end. Speed-wise, well, they give you a metronome marking that's in that area. Depends on the mood I'm in. Sometimes some people will play it quite slow. And other people will speed it up because they can't play slow. I think the metronome marking they're suggesting is a little closer to what it should be, though.